Hey, what's going on guys? Back with another video and an interesting topic today. Does more protein equal more gains? Now, this is something we'd all like to think is absolutely 100% true. You know, you just eat more protein and you make more gains. Simple as that. If only it were that simple. Alright, so I'm going to link a video right here. And it's a video done by Vitruvian Physique, one of the best YouTubers that you will see. Super cool dude, knows what he's talking about, does plenty of research to make sure his topics are backed up by evidence. And this video he did was about what the optimal amount of protein you should have each day is, so make sure you go and check that out because that is going to be really helpful and it relates a little bit to this video. So some quick basics. Obviously, proteins are made up of amino acids, and amino acids are the building blocks of your muscles. So judging by that, you would assume more protein equals more amino acids, and if they are the building blocks of muscles, you know, if you have more, then you can build more muscle. But that is not entirely true. More protein doesn't equal more gains. Okay, you're not, just because you eat a lot of protein, if you eat 300, 400 on the super extreme end grams of protein, you're not going to turn into the Hulk. If it were that simple, everyone would be eating nothing but protein for their fitness goals, whether it be, you know, especially for bodybuilding, for strength building, powerlifting, anything that requires more muscle mass. People would just be packing their diets with protein, but they're not. And why not? Because just because you have more protein, it doesn't equal more muscle growth. Now, the only way more protein can equal more muscle growth is indirectly, okay? Probably the main thing that will happen if you start to pack your diet full of protein way more than you actually need is that it's all going to come in one end and go out the other. If your diet's high in protein, it's really just going to be digested by your body and shot out the other end. It's not going to be used for energy, it's not going to be used for building muscle, it's not really going to be used for anything other than to, I guess, satisfy your hunger. Now, the indirect way that more protein can equal more muscle growth is simply by giving you more calories. Let's say you're eating at a maintenance level of calories, alright? Let's say you're already eating 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you then bump that up to 1.5 and therefore ate more protein and more calories overall to then put you in a surplus, then you would obviously actually see some growth. But it's not the protein that's causing that growth, it's the overall calories that you're eating. If you're eating 3,000 at maintenance and you need 3,200 to 3,500 for a surplus, then if you get to that surplus from protein, you get more growth. However, you could just as easily see the same growth by eating more fat or more carbohydrates, because they will also give you more calories, which puts you in a surplus. That's the only way to build muscle, really, is to be in a surplus. If you're new to lifting and you've maybe been going 6 months or less, or probably in your first year, you can potentially see some fat loss and muscle gain at the same time. And you might be able to see some muscle growth and fat loss after you've been training for a while, but that is in very rare circumstances. The only way to build muscle generally is in a surplus. It's not necessarily that extra protein. Now, when is more protein a good idea? When you are cutting. More protein is good while cutting because you want to lower your carbs and possibly your fats, because those are your main energy sources, and if you have too many of those, you're more likely to hold on to or store more fat. Therefore, if you still want to get a certain number of calories while maintaining low carb, low fat diets, then protein can be boosted to still give you enough calories that you're not in such a catabolic state that you're losing muscle. However, just because you're eating more protein in a deficit, you still won't see any muscle growth generally because you're in a deficit. Okay, you can't have the best of both worlds. You can't be in a deficit and build muscle, and you generally can't be in a surplus and lose fat. It's very difficult to do unless you are just starting. So guys, to recap really quickly, more protein does not equal more growth. You generally need about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight to see growth. Any more than that, it's not going to harm you, but it's also not going to significantly increase your ability to gain muscle. The extra calories may help you build muscle, but the protein itself is not actually contributing to that muscle gain. It's simply calories in versus calories out. That's how you gain weight. That's how you build muscle. As long as you are intaking the minimum amount of protein that your body needs to create a positive nitrogen level in your body, then that's fine. And you guys should will know more about those nitrogen levels as long as you watch that video that I linked you to by Vitruvian Physique. So guys, I hope this topic was helpful. That's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, give the video a thumbs up down below. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I will get to them. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.